Hi friends, Tracy.bish here, Stampin Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Welcome to the Global Monthly Video Hop for June. I'm super excited to be here and I hope that you're going to enjoy this month's hop as well. So the team's theme for this month is the new INKY 2026 to 2028 INKY. And these are our new Stampin' Up ink pads as well that have just come out in the INKY. So we'll go through each colour really quickly and then we'll get on to the project that we're going to be creating today. Now, if you're new here and you've never seen a Global Monthly Video Hop before, it's a group of demonstrators from around the world. We get together every month with a new theme and you can just hop on to each one's video. There is a link in the description that you can see what everyone else is creating as well. Okay, so the new INKY for this year, or for the next 2 years, we have Hydrangea Hue, Peaceful Pine, beautiful green. We've got Golden Glow, which is a really nice gold colour. We've got the really super sweet and beautiful pink called Barely Blush. It's really, really light. And then we've got a returning colour, Crisp Cantaloupe. So if you've been around Stampin' Up for a little while, this one was around, I think, when I first joined, so about 13 years ago or so. So quickly, with these new ink pads, they are magnetic, which is a new thing for us. So they close together really well, open really nicely. As you can see, they'll jump back together, and we can also pop them on top of each other and stack them. So trying to pick all of them up in one is a bit hard, but you can actually like they're really nice magnetic as well. So these are the new INKY that we're going to be working with. Let me show you the project that I have today. I'm making a note card set. Well, these are actually card size rather than note cards, but you get the idea. And we have, this is the Barely Blush, really pretty. We have the Golden Glow, so we're going to be focusing on a fun technique today. Gorgeous. We have the Hydrangea Hue, which is a really pretty blue. And then, oh sorry, that one was Crisp Cantaloupe. I think I called that Barely Blush. This one is the Barely Blush. As you can see, it is super light, but also really pretty. So we're going to be working in one of my favourite INKY for this year. I really enjoy the Peaceful Pine, which is that beautiful green. Let's bring it out there. This one here, this is the colour that we're going to be working on. I'm also using a new stamp set or bundle from the mini catalogue. This is the Fern and Flora set. So we have the photopolymer stamp set, and then these are the dies. And I have my kit, card kit, all ready to go. Now, besides the Peaceful Pine ink, I'm also going to be using the Peaceful Pine ribbon. Now, this is the bordered ribbon. You can get in all 5 INKY. I'm using the stamping blends in the Peaceful Pine. You can get them in all 5 INKY. And then lastly, I'm also using the embellishments, the INKY embellishments, which are called the 26 to 28 INKY dots. So we're going to be using those beautiful little dots on our project as well. Okay, so we're going to get started. I want to work on my background, or that technique in the background. Share that one there with you. So to do that, let's just fold and burnish our card front first, where we can move that to the side. I've got a piece for our sentiment and just a scrap piece of basic white thick for our little butterfly, so I can move those to the side. We're going to work with this front first because we've got a great technique that we're going to be using. Okay, so I've just grabbed just a piece of plastic. Now this is, could have had embellishments in it. I'm not really 100% sure. It's not overly big. I can also cut it down. We're going to do ink smooshing technique with this background. So I want to protect my surface a little bit. So let's grab in some scrap paper here. And I've got this plastic piece. I'm just going to add a little bit of ink to that plastic, like so. So there we have it, a little bit of ink. And then I'm going to take a spritzing tool, so just a little bit of water, a water mister, one of those things, just plain water in there. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to that sheet of plastic. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to place it down on our card front. And you're going to get a different look every time that you do this, because it just depends on where your ink's at and how you pop it down. I like that. Now the great technique with this is you can dry it and then add another second layer, which would look really good. Just getting rid of that water. I'm going to bring in my heat tool and just dry that really quickly. We can also move it to the side and let it dry. I just want to fasten that process. It won't be quite dry enough to do our stamping if I don't use the heat tool. So if you've got, you know, maybe as you're doing these, you walk away and put the washing on, or have other jobs to do in between, that'll work well. But I know you guys don't want to sit here for the whole morning or the whole day whenever you're watching this, so we'll just fasten this up a little bit. And I love this technique. This is such a fun technique. You could also use a little bit of Winky Stella in the water, like just add a couple of drops as you're putting it on, and that'll give that nice sort of sparkle as well. Or you can just add Winky Stella later, which I'll show you. So I haven't done that with the others, so I won't show you, but I'll talk you through. Okay, that's nearly all dry. I think that might be okay just to move to the side, and we'll continue with that card. Okay, let's bring our other pieces in. So I've got a scrap piece of basic white thick and a sentiment piece. So for the sentiment, I've used the same sentiment on all of these cards in the set, but we've got sincere thanks, thankful for you, you're an amazing friend, you make the world a better place. And that's actually the sentiment that I'm using today. And I think this is a nice little set to give out to some friends or family, and then they can hand these out to their friends and family as well. So we're just going to ink up that sentiment, pop it down. Now next month's global monthly theme, I'm actually creating something for this. So if you enjoy today's project, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I will be creating a container or a box to place this in. So I've stamped my sentiment, I've stamped my little butterfly, and I'm going to bring in my little Wink of Stella pen. I want to just give this a little bit of shine and shimmer, like so. And then I'm going to bring in my light stamping blend, and I just want to colour the wings in a little. So you can still see that shimmer from the Wink of Stella, which is awesome. So a rough colour. I don't know whether that's going to pick that up. It's a little dark in here. Oh, there you go. See that shimmer? It really does stand out. Okay, let's bring in my little mini cut and emboss, and we're going to die cut our little butterfly here, and I'm actually going to use a little bit of washi tape just to secure that down. These little dies, I always have trouble having movement with them if I don't washi them down. And besides this one, we also need to die cut our large fern there as well. Bit of movement in the camera, sorry there guys. So what do you think of the new ink colours? Are you in love with them? I actually absolutely love that all of the ink colours work well on a project together, which, you know, doesn't always happen. So it is nice when it does happen occasionally. I didn't grab any basic white for that, so let me just grab some out. And I'm just going to run this one through really quick. I think I die cut one earlier and I was going to use that, but I need to sneeze. Excuse me. But I'm not sure where that die cut went to, so that's okay. Excuse me, there it is. Finally come out. Okay, so I can get rid of my mini machine. And while we're still waiting for that to dry, this looks great as a white one. I could have die cut it in the Peaceful Pines cardstock as well. I wanted to use the white and then I wanted to come in with my blends and just add a little bit of colour. Like I don't want to colour it in. I'm just, you know, I've still got white space. I'm just adding a little bit of colour here and there. And I really liked this look. Obviously, if you want it to be a full colour fern, go ahead and die cut with the cardstock. I just really liked how this looked. I don't know, I'm liking a bit of white space on everything now. And I've always enjoyed colouring where it looked a little bit messy. I'm not a fantastic colourer, and I'm a little impatient as well. And you know, I know there's more than just me out there that's impatient, and although I like colouring in, it's not something that, you know, I'm going to spend an hour colouring in something. It's just, yeah, either I don't have time or I just don't have the patience, and it's probably more patience than time, although I've got other things to do as well, you know, as we all have. So I've just added a little bit of colour down in the light, and then you can come back through with the dark if you would like, and just add, you know, a little bit of dimension there with some extra colour. Now this will lighten a little bit. It won't stand out quite as much as it does as you're popping it on. So do what you would like. But I love, you know, the different looks you can get from the light and dark blends. If you haven't tried the stamping blends, please do. They are gorgeous. Isn't that amazing? I think that just highlights it so much nicer. Okay, so we have that. Where do we have our sentiment piece? Let's bring in a piece that we did dry. So because we've added water to our cardstock, even though it's basic white thick, and we've added the heat with it, it is going to curl just slightly. One thing to help with that curling is to make sure that you heat the back end of your cardstock as well. That will take out quite a bit of that curling, but just manipulate your cardstock, it'll be fine. Okay, so in this stamp set, there is a great stamp here, this one here, which we're going to create a nice little background just to lift it up a little bit. So you've got lots of texture. Okay, let's bring in this one that you can see it a little bit better. As you can see, you've got your dots and splashes everywhere. You've got the stamping here, and just a little bit of extra texture and dimension is always lovely. So for that, I have my stamp. Let's bring in our ink pad again. I'm just going to add that to the side here. Perfect. Love that little bit of an extra there. And then I'm going to add that fern that we've just coloured in, and I'm going to use some liquid glue for this one. You could also use the adhesive back sheets if you have them before you die cut them. I always seem to forget those. until after I've die cut something, so that's me, always in a hurry. So we're going to add that fern down, so pretty. And then we're going to take our sentiment piece and add some ribbon behind it. So we've got that bordered ribbon in Peaceful Pine. I'm not sure why I just said Pacific Pine. That must be a name of something. So I'm just cutting out a length, and we're going to adhere that to the back with some tear and tape. I find that's the easiest way to adhere ribbon down. So just in that centerpiece, and we've cut it on an angle, so you've got a nice look as well. And that frayed a little bit, so we'll just cut that down just slightly as well. And we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals, because you can't do a card without, you know, a little bit of texture, a little bit of colour, a little bit of dimension, and our Stampin' Dimensionals are fantastic for these. That should be enough. Maybe another bit there. No, I go overboard, but I don't have to worry about my cards falling apart either, which is always nice. So pretty. Now to adhere a little butterfly down, I'm going to use some mini glue dots for that. Place one on the center there, and we're just going to push him in half so he has that little bit of dimension as well. You can pop the wings up. Okay, now to add this to the card base, because we've added so much water and heat to it, I'm actually using tear and tape, but you could use liquid glue, whatever you prefer. Stampin' Seal would also work really, really nicely. We can bring our card base in. Now don't go anywhere, because we've got to decorate the inside of the card as well as the envelope as well. So stick with me for a minute. Oh, so pretty. You could also add an extra layer of the Peaceful Pines, or the coordinating color underneath. That would pop that up a lot more, but I really like the white on white. Okay, so let's bring in our little embellishments, and we can add one of those down. Now, one thing I just forgot to do on this card is add some splatter down on this. And for the splatter, I used my stamping blends. I won't do it because I'll end up getting it everywhere. But all I do is I take the bullet end and then just flick it in the lid. Or you can also bash it on like a bone folder or something like that. But this is a great color. We have good coverage, and I think we can get away with it. These all look like splatters anyway, so I'm happy with that. So I've got one little embellishment there. For the inside, I'm going to bring in that large fern stamp and our ink. We're going to stamp that large fern in the bottom of the card, like so. So there's the card. Let's bring the envelope in. And for the envelope, on the closure of the envelope, I'm going to stamp the fern again. So I've got nice detail on the back of the envelope, and also on the front. Like so. Right. Let's move all these things to the side. How pretty is this? So we have Peaceful Pine, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, Crisp Cantaloupe, and Barely Blush. They're all our new 2026-2028 in colours. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's video for the Global Monthly Video Hop for June. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you left me a comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Next month for the Global Monthly Video Hop, I'm going to create a box to be able to hold all these beautiful cards that you can give out in a as a gift, which is super fun. So hopefully you'll come back and check that out. Now, for everyone else that's joined in this month's hop, in the description of this video, you'll find the list of everyone that's joining in. Please go over and join their hop, leave them a comment, leave them a thumbs up, and subscribe to their channel. And don't forget that if you need any of the products that I've used on today's card, or any Stampin' Up products, you can purchase them in my online store. There is a link in the description of this video, so go and check that out. And yeah, we'll be back with another Global Monthly Video Hop next month, so come back and join that. Until next time, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.